Well begun is job half done. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge's plain speak tells us more than is visible about the Indian National Developmental Inclusive Alliance. Short form is INDIA. July 18th, 2023 would either become a date to reckon with in years to come as the epoch-changing movement of the Indian politics, or would be mocked by the National Democratic Alliance, short form NDA. NDA has been rephrased on the very same date, that is 18th July 2023 by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the new acronym is New India Development and Aspiration. Before we go into the details of 26 opposition parties meet in Bengaluru or the 38-party NDA meet in Delhi, let's address the latest name controversy. From the opposition stage, while India was being announced, the entire BJP social media handles and mechanics thereafter pounced on the opposition as to how they could name their so-called opportunistic, unholy, unethical, corruption-laden alliance as India. After all, the patent lies with somebody else. Turning the entire debate from India versus NDA, the BJP's social media forces, including the TV news channels, strive to divert it into India versus Bharat debate. Merely 2 hours after India as an alliance was declared, Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma wrote a tweet, and I quote, "Our civilizational conflict is pivoted around India and Bharat. The British named our country as India. We must strive to free ourselves from colonial legacies. Our forefathers fought for Bharat, and we will continue to work for Bharat." He ended his tweet with BJP for Bharat. Along with this tweet, Mr. Sarma changed his Twitter bio from Himanta Biswa Sarma, Chief Minister of Assam, India, to Himanta Biswa Sarma, Chief Minister of Assam, Bharat. Bharat written in bold letters. Mind you, Mr. Sarma has pinned his tweet on his timeline, and over the past 24 hours, 2.3 million views have been generated. With the opposition pulling a fast one over the smart thinking BJP marketing team, the BJP is now cleverly turning the debate into India versus Bharat. A pitch with strong dose of nationalism. The overriding theme of the NDA meet, which took place in Delhi's Ashoka Hotel. So the verdict is now in the public's court. Whether they would like to be identified as Hinduized Bharat or anglicized India, a reminder of slave India. Since 18th evening, the Congress seems to be gloating in its sense of deja vu. Walking over 2,000 kilometers last year, Rahul Gandhi carved out a political space for himself and the waning, fading Congress party. The yatra was called Bharat Jodo. Please stress on the name Bharat. And now India, the alliance which vows to safeguard the idea of India as enshrined in the Constitution, an alliance which is determined to combat the assault on constitutional rights of democratically elected state governments, confront the grave economic crisis facing the country, which resolves to oppose the reckless sale of national wealth to favored friends, as they call it, to defeat the hatred and violence-laden actions against the minority, crime against women, tribals, Kashmiri Pandits, and an alliance which demands OBC caste census across India. To the credit of Congress market planners, they have really usurped both Bharat and India. So what would be BJP's line of attack? Big question. Can they target Bharat or India? Well, in a very nutshell, I can say it's a very short-sighted and very tunneled approach that Congress is taking. Let me put some figures on the table. This will explain things further. Based on 2019 Lok Sabha election figures, the new alliance, which is called I.N.D.I.A, with 26 parties, secured a vote share of 35.06%. N.D.A, it had secured 7% extra, that is 41.98%. The fence-sitters like the BJD, Virus Congress, BRS, the former TRS, AIMIM, etc., all these parties taken together secured approximately 19.49% vote share. And parties which have disputes pending with them, like the Shiv Sena or the NCP, got 3.47% of vote share. If you translate these into seats, the figures stand hence. N.D.A secured 323 seats, 134 seats for India, the new alliance, 63 seats for the fence-sitters, and 23 for parties with dispute. When we look at the vote share, India will have to really score over 10% more than the N.D.A alliance, which it secured in 2019. And if one were to look at the seat tally, it really doesn't look very achievable. Now, why do I say so? Let's look at the seat won by BJP with 50% or above vote share. This will give you a huge example. In 2014 Lok Sabha elections, out of 543 Lok Sabha seats, Bharatiya Janata Party won 131 seats with over 50% vote polled. This number increased to 224 in 2019 Lok Sabha elections. The incremental seat increase for the Bharatiya Janata Party was close to 100% over its 2014 performance. Basis this figure alone, the newfound alliance, which is India, will have to field candidates who shall secure more than 50% vote share, and their numbers will have to be much more than the BJP or the N.D.A. Now that's a very tall order, unless the people of the nation have decided to dump the BJP or the N.D.A lock, stock and barrel. Another set of figures that tell us that the new alliance, India, has a huge task cut out for itself. India, the new alliance, would have to beat the shit out of BJP in Uttar Pradesh, where it won 40 seats with 50% plus vote share in 2019. Madhya Pradesh, 25 seats with over 50% vote share. Rajasthan, 23 seats. Gujarat, 20 seats. Karnataka, 22 seats. Maharashtra, 15 seats. 14 seats in Bihar, 9 in Haryana, 8 in Jharkhand, 7 in Assam, 7 in Delhi, all 7. 6 in Chhattisgarh, 5 in Bengal, and if you take the rest of the states, 12 more seats with 50% plus vote share. Does this task of securing over 50% vote share in more than 250 seats by the new alliance, India, look achievable to you? It's a big question. Now, why should I say this? I say this because the new alliance, India, is riddled with inner contradictions, which would have a huge impact on the number of the seats the alliance could win in 2024. Now please sample this. Aam Aadmi Party and Congress are in direct conflict in Delhi and Punjab. Aam Aadmi Party has dented Congress in Gujarat and Goa. Plus, it has plans for Rajasthan, the upcoming assembly elections, and Chhattisgarh. Who will give up what for whom? Second scenario. Left Front is up against the Congress-led alliance in Kerala. Left Front has a conflict with Congress in West Bengal. Who will succumb to whom? Third example. Trinamool Congress and Congress are at each other's throat in West Bengal. Will Congress take a back seat? Congress has its stake in Jammu and Kashmir also. 6 seats there. Will it bow down to NC and PDP, who are partners in the new alliance, India? Will Congress submit itself to its newfound partner in India, Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh? And even if Congress did that, what will happen to BSP? It has its own course set. The seat adjustment in Bihar or in Maharashtra would be another tricky issue. Bihar, with an alliance where RJD, JDU, CPIML and Congress are together, is a tall order. Maharashtra is equally tall. NCP, Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray group, the Congress. How will the seat adjustments take place? So am I coming up with an option that there is no hope for the new alliance, India? Not at all, Maria. Not at all, sir. The voters of the country are full of surprises. देश की जनता दूर की सोचती है, कभी गलत नहीं होती। राजा को रंक बनाने में देर नहीं करती और सर पर बिठाती है तो फर्श पर गिराती भी है। Let me quote the famous poet रामधारी सिंह दिनकर। सिंहासन खाली करो कि जनता आती है। जनता जब कोपाकुल हो भुकटिया चढ़ाती है, दो राह समय के रथ का घग्घरनाद सुनो, सिंहासन खाली करो कि जनता आती है। Unlike the past, the leadership of Bharatiya Janata Party and its ideologue, the RSS, know quite well what the famous poet Dinkar had hinted at. It is the people who decide. And the BJP is well aware. After all, they did secure their place in the sun when the Indian public was seething with angst and pain. Can you forget the Janta rule in 1977? When Jansan was part of the ruling dispensation, dispossessing I.N.D.I.A Gandhi. The VP Singh's coalition government in 1989, when BJP was part of the government, and who had been sidelined? Rajiv Gandhi. The 13-day Vajpayee government in 1996, which could not survive the realpolitik, but also because the BJP did not secure enough seats. Or the surprise decimation in 2004, when Vajpayee was led to believe that India was shining. People were angry and they threw India out. Let me add some more figures and they will clarify things further. Post 2019 Lok Sabha elections, along with the BJP's 303 seats, the NDA had secured a total of 352 seats. Today, 4.5 years later, the BJP has 303 seats intact, but the NDA in total has lost 29 Lok Sabha seats and stands at 323. While some sections within the BJP or even outside attribute these losses to the snide or the stepmotherly treatment accorded by the BJP leadership to its NDA partners, leading to losses like Shiromani Akali Dal or LJP, led by Chirag Paswan, the BJP now wants to amend its past mistakes. and therefore it's making swift changes in its approach. Needless to say, the 38-member NDA, which met in Delhi, was not just a show of strength by the BJP, but a clearly thought out strategy to fortify its declining graph since 2019. Let me substantiate this. Of the 38 parties who joined the meet in Delhi, 25 parties did not have a single member of parliament in today's Lok Sabha. Apart from BJP's 303 seats, 37 other parties, which are the constituents of NDA, have only 28 MPs in the Lok Sabha. To arrest this downward graph of NDA's performance, the Bharatiya Janata Party is now trying to fortify its alliance. And also because it's facing the onslaught of a new opposition alliance of 26 parties called India. Therefore, the BJP is tying up with the smaller parties as they are mostly caste-based parties and have a very dedicated vote bank with themselves. Now, these parties may not have enough vote share to win a Lok Sabha election on their own, but when combined with the BJP's vote share or their core vote, they make for a winning combination. Let me give an example. In Maharashtra during 2019 Lok Sabha elections, Prakash Ambedkar's Vanchit Bahujan Aghadi with 7% vote share led to the loss of 3 seats of Congress in Western Maharashtra. Congress lost out on Aurangabad seat because VBA had tied with AIMIM, and this one seat gave a footing in Maharashtra for AIMIM. In Bihar, LJP has 8% vote share. When the mentor Paswan was alive, the alliance with BJP led to 6 seats for the NDA in Bihar. In UP, Apna Dal got only 1.2% vote share in UP in 2019, but it secured for itself 2 seats which added to the NDA's tally and helped BJP in 7 other seats in Purvanchal. Now, basis this, the BJP has decided to align itself with Jitan Ram Manjhi's HAM, Upendra Kushwaha's RLJD, Mukesh Sahani's led VIP, and Chirag Paswan led LJP Paswan in Bihar. In Uttar Pradesh, despite Yogi's overarching predominance and good governance plank, the BJP is tying up with Apna Dal, Sanjay Nishad's Nishad Party, Om Prakash Rajbhar, and various other splinter caste-based groups. Now, is this only a process whereby BJP fortifies itself? And is this why it's tying up with the smaller parties? Not really. There is a strategy even under this wheel. From the BJP's perspective, it is much easier for the Bharatiya Janata Party to handle parties who have 5 or less Lok Sabha seats. They never tend to break away. They do not create any tough situations. They're always there in the parliament, and they are the biggest drum beaters of the BJP. Very different in comparison are political parties like YSR Congress or the BJD or the BRS, which have a huge mass base because they have the potential to create major hassles. Please don't forget 1996 when Vajpayee lost his government. And interestingly, such parties which have large vote base and are also not avid supporters of the BJP always find a way of supporting the government in power. That happened during UPA's tenure as well. So in all, the game is absolutely open. Absolutely open for NDA or India. There is a decisive, upbeat mood within the new alliance, India, and a discernible optimism with caution within BJP-led NDA. Unless the new alliance, India presents a new, viable, and trustworthy alternate narrative to the existing narrative of high growth laced with very, very heavy dose of nationalism, India does not really stand a chance. That's my opinion as of now. May change. It's all about the India story versus the Bharat story. 2024 Lok Sabha elections, after all, will become a fight between nationalistic, Hinduized, majoritarian Bharat versus protecting the idea of India, establishing constitutional supremacy, tolerant Indian cohabitational way of life represented by the anglicized India. Now the question which is wide open is, which side are you picking? The race for the choice has begun. It's not very far off. You will have to pick a side. Thanks.